Hello everyone, my name is Isaki Tahashi. Today I'm going to read to you an excerpt from one of my serialized horror stories, which you'll be able to read starting September 1st on Amazon Vella. Today's tale is A Siren's Curse. There is something eloquent about the sea, the rocking, soothing motion of the waves, the cold torment within a storm. I stared over the edge of the vessel I stood upon, admiring swirls of turquoise, blue, and black. The rhythm carried me into a trance that nearly allowed me to lean a bit too far over the edge. I caught myself just as my cap was about to fall off and expose my long, dark trestles of hair. A ship was no place for a lady, they said, but my uncle knew me best enough to permit me aboard his transport vessel, the Sleeping Siren, so long as I kept my gender a secret. His ship was proudly named after an experience he had when I was but a wee lass. The family sat over supper, listening to his tales at sea, adults sipping on whiskey, children sitting by the hearth. But nothing was as terrifying as when the sirens appeared. Beautiful they were, their hair bleeding in with the sea foam, eyes glistening ethereally under the moonlight. My half-drunk uncle leaned forward over a candle, which surely could have caught his red whiskers afire. They came suddenly. No one made a sound. We just craned over port side and watched what we thought was at first an illusion brought on by too many cruddy biscuits and long hours under the sun. But no. He stopped to take a long swig from his metal cup, always one for a dramatic pause. He wiped away the remaining dampness from his beard, then began again. They smiled and began their song, their call. The fishwomen were on a hunt, but we didn't realize it yet. What did they sound like? I asked, wide-eyed and full of attention. The other adults quietly laughed, but I could feel he was telling the truth. Have you ever stood in a forest and heard the wind through the rustle of trees? When the reeds whisper screams? Imagine that with the most angelic choir voice you've ever heard on a Sunday. It was haunting, a sound I've never heard even close to again, and it rose in volume as their numbers increased. How many were there? It was hard to tell, my bonny lass. They made quite a stir and didn't stay still for long. Their skin blended in with various shades of shadow. One mate eventually jumped into the water, which is why I'm still here. The splash woke some of us up out of its trance. 2 more hastily followed without hesitation. My captain at the time nearly did the same, but I grabbed him by the collar. My uncle acted it out over zealous actions and gave him a slap. Once he came back to us, it was full speed ahead, without hesitation. I sat still for a moment, thinking about his story, when one of my cousins asked, "What happened to the men who jumped in?" My little lips parted in anticipation. Uncle cleared his throat and shifted his gaze. They went straight down to the depths. Best you believe they got eaten in a frenzy too far down for us to see. If you would like to read the rest of the story, you may do so on Amazon Vella. The first 3 stories are free. Till next time.